Just by asking for immunity from prosecution, Michael Flynn invites suspicion.
People generally don't ask for immunity unless they have something important to impart.
Flynn's lawyer says he sure does. Writing in a statement, the retired general certainly has a story to tell, and he very much wants to tell it. Flynn would have inside campaign information. He was a rally fixture close to Trump, trusted enough to get the job of keeping the United States safe. But Flynn's tenure as national security advisor lasted just 24 days. He misled the White House about conversations he had with the Russian ambassador. But is he guilty of anything? It's easy to see why some people might think so. Just listen to what Flynn himself said about Hillary Clinton's emails.
When you are given immunity, that means that you've probably committed a crime.
Trump seemed to agree.
And if you're not guilty of a crime, what do you need immunity for, right?
But on Twitter today, Trump implied immunity would protect Flynn from a witch hunt by Democrats and the media. Congressional officials appeared to dismiss Flynn's request, and some experts suggest if he really had anything, none of this would be so public. Meanwhile, there are more questions about how effective the congressional investigations can actually be. Remember last week when Devin Nunes, head of the House committee looking into Russia, marched to the White House with investigative reports which may have appeared to back up Trump's claims he was wiretapped by Barack Obama. There are reports that information came from, wait for it, officials inside the White House, making the whole thing look like a Trump-friendly media stunt. Not so, says Sean Spicer.
What he did, what he saw, and who he met with was 100% proper.
All of this has Americans asking who can they trust to get to the bottom of Russian involvement in the campaign. Calls for an independent prosecutor haven't really gone anywhere, at least not yet. Lindsay Duncombe, CBC News, Washington.
As Michael Flynn attempts to get immunity, it's worth noting he has two different options. The first is transactional immunity. Think Law and Order. A character might get an offer like, "We won't prosecute you if you testify against your former mob bosses." Flynn is unlikely to get this kind because he's already under FBI investigation. The other type is use immunity, which Congress can offer with supermajority support. But it comes with a risk. It would not save Flynn from prosecutors later on, as long as they don't use any of his congressional testimony.